Hey guys, welcome back. I hope today was as fun for you as it was for me. We did have Jerome Powell speak today, right at open at 9:30, and starting in SPY today, we had that opening candle. This is when Jerome Powell spoke and we dropped all the way to the bottom of the implied move. Now, the bottom of the implied move was not very big. It was just 0.5%, but we took it all the way down. So 626 down here, you could have sold 626, 624. That's what I did. I also took it to the next day. So I did that on the 0 DTE. Then on the 1 DTE, I did 624, 622. Both of those paid about the same in premium, and then we swung back up and we closed flat today. So those both closed up. The 0 DTE is 100% and the 1 DTE is about 75. So great day today. Options did a really good job of calling the bottom of the implied move here. SPX, same thing. We opened with a drop. We didn't quite take it to the bottom of the implied move here, but still 62.70, 62.55 was an excellent spread. You can see how it wraps around the 30-minute 200 moving average. That also did pay 100% today. So SPY closed up today 0.01%, pretty flat. SPX up 0.06%. VIX came down. It was elevated at open, and then it did come down into the red, down 0.90%, and we did trade completely within the implied move. Now QQQ had a much deeper red open here. You could see this big red candle to start the day. We came in and we closed that gap from yesterday, and then we dropped down underneath the bottom of the implied move. So the expected move in QQQ was 0.74%. We actually took it lower than that today. We took it down to the next day's implied move, which was almost 1%. And then we did come back up, and you could see how that 35 EMA was resistance at the end of the day. We did also close with a red signal line here, and QQQ closed down 0.52%, VXN up 1.28%, and we did close within the implied move here. So how could you have played this? You could have sold 560, 559 bull put spreads when we got underneath here. You also could have bought 560 calls when we got down here. So the spreads would have closed up 100%, and you also could have done 559, 558 on the 1 DTE. Let me know if you tried any of those strategies and how they turned out for you. And IWM was a bit different today. So yesterday we did have that big down day, which took it just above the 30-minute 200 moving average. So today that first candle down to the 30-minute 200 moving average, and we did see a bounce there almost to the top of the implied move. So the implied move was 1.08%. We closed just underneath that, up 0.83%. We did almost make it to the top of the implied move, but we did get pushed back down and closed up 0.83%. RVX down 1.96%, still at 24, and we did trade completely within the implied move. So look at how awesome this 30-minute 200 has been. We did see that bounce here today. Also back here on the 16th, we saw a bounce as well. So currently that is looking like support. So how could you have played it here? You could have bought calls near the 30-minute 200 moving average. Towards the end of the day here, you could have actually pushed out to the 1 DTE, maybe taken 225, 226. That is near previous resistance. There probably was not a whole lot of premium at 234, 235 today at this point. So pushing out to the next day would have been the best move here. And lastly, let's take a look at DIA. DIA, you could see that this 35 EMA has been consolidating back to the 30-minute 200 moving average, but so far we've been seeing it as support. Right here, we came down, we saw it as support for another run up into this bear gap. Again, we dropped down, 30-minute caught us. We took it all the way back up to this bear gap, got pushed out, dropped back to the 30-minute 200 moving average, saw that as support again here today. So Dow tends to be a leading indicator of the market. We do have Tesla, Google, and Chipotle earnings tomorrow, so we could see a break of this 35 EMA underneath this 30-minute 200 moving average. You could see how at the beginning of the day that angle was pointed right at that, but we did catch it as support. So these two are really close. It's going to be very telling here in the next day or two about what direction is going to be here now that we have consolidated back to the 30-minute 200 moving average. So you could see right here, we started that big rally in June, big move up, consolidated back, and here it's decision time. So really good stuff. If you want to get these trading ranges before markets open, consider becoming a member. You could see how important the levels are, and I make these charts for you and then they're ready before markets open. Members always get a notification when they're ready. I hope to see you guys there. Have fun tomorrow, trade safe, make sure you take profits when you're up, and I will see you guys all really soon.